Test
Talking
one.
Talking in the mic, yeah. Talking in the mic, yeah. Talking in the mic, yeah. Look at us in spooky makeup, yeah. Talking in the mic, yeah.
My penis failed.
Talking.
You failed.
Wassup Weenies!
That's a short one.
That one was for Beth.
Yeah, I thought it might be.
Yeah, Beth managed to work out which episode had the longest one, so I've beaten it.
It was this one.
But I promise you, I won't try and beat it every episode.
Hey, who are we?
Hi everyone, we are Sin and Gin Podcast, a podcast where we tell games, we tell games, we play facts.
Hello.
We tell games.
Hello, game.
You, Twister, you're shit.
Papa, tell me a game.
And we sit around as middle-aged men in spooky makeup.
Yeah.
What do you mean spooky makeup?
I mean, who are you?
Oh, I'm a mermaid.
Yeah.
What am I? A pumpkin?
You're a pumpkin. A blumpkin.
Blumpkin.
Dave, what are you?
I'm a skeleton.
What are you?
I'm a Frankie Panky Frankenstein.
Oh, maybe actually we should say our names.
Yeah, that's what. I mean, that is what I was hinting at.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
All right, let's try that again. Okay.
then.
I'm Victor Ghastly, and I'm a mermaid.
I'm Crowboy, and I'm a pumpkin boy.
I'm Mr. Graves, and I'm dead. Skeleton boy.
And I'm Frankenstein Gene.
Okay, that was the best.
jeans.
That was the best intro we've ever done.
You're welcome.
That was shocking. If this is the first time you've listened to Sin and Jim podcast, go home.
You're probably not here
Yeah, you
anymore.
probably turn it off. Yeah,
Really call it quits.
So yes, good.
Well, thank you.
How have we been, everyone? Have we been all good? Yeah. Well, so obviously it's very close to Halloween now. But Dave, what do you like to do on Halloween?
I normally, when I can get away with it, I like to take people to the woods.
Yeah.
And, like we normally have like a little campfire and stuff like that.
Cute.
And then once it's kicked in, I start mutilating the bodies.
Mates.
Ash?
Well, to be honest, his sounds a little bit more interesting than mine. I'd just like to maybe sacrifice the odd goat and eat spaghetti bolognese
To your pagan gods.
to my pagan gods.
Do you get women to sit in the bath to?
what in the noodle?
In the noodle.
In the spaghetti bolognese that I make, I get women to sit in there, and then I sacrifice goats on top of them.
Oh, that's cute.
On top of the bath.
I know. I give them a cheeky little puffy fart at the same time.
Puffy fart. How does that sound? Go on.
Oh no, because it's in the it's in the
Wouldn't
bath.
it be more
Isn't
like
it? So it's.
A noodle script on the top.
Oh.
And Joe, what do you like to do on Halloween?
Sing
Christmas songs.
Sing Christmas songs.
Oh yeah, standard.
I paint myself completely orange and slither between the bushes.
What a run for presidency in the US.
Politicalhumor.com
Why do you slither between bushes as an orange?
for a salty surprise for the children.
He throws salt at them
Oh, right. Okay.
from his penis.
And again, if this is your first time listening, welcome.
Well, what about you, Matt?
Grab a
What do you
hot chocolate.
Well, I was meant to obviously be going to Florida this year because I was going to do Halloween Horror Nights in Universal Studios.
Oh,
just a
Captain
cheap one.
Sensible
yeah, I'm
answer.
going to give you a sensible.
I'm just giving you something Halloweeny.
Yeah, I was going to be doing Halloween Horror Nights because they were going to have a Ghostbusters house.
Oh.
Yeah, and they and one of the main shows they were doing was Bill and Ted show. But I think this Halloween,
This Hillary Clinton.
this Halloween, I'm quite happy to just stay at home, watch films, eat loads of food, and masturbate.
Should we all Skype each other in spooky makeup?
Yeah.
That's not a bad idea.
I like that idea.
Can I bring the goat?
All right.
Describe.
Oh, thank you.
So Joe, what you been? Got any weirdness that you found us this week?
Yeah, I can see him looking at his side-eyeing my iPad because I've got stuff up on it. So I've not had much on this week, so I've been scouring the internet for weird things. But I thought I talked quite a lot about TikTok and the fact that the fact that I can't understand it and what the children do on it. But I've looked up. We're getting near the end of 2020 now. Thank fuck.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
But just remember, guys, that even the year may change, things are still shit. So this could carry on to 2021.
2022.
I choose to be in the camp of believers that's not going to happen.
What do you think it's going to be? Happy New Year!
Happy New Year!
And everyone's going to go, what happened?
Fucking Brad Pitt comes down and showers coins upon us all.
For salt at everyone.
Salt from his
all the
penis.
children.
That's a good idea.
Kills the incident. It never happened.
But I was looking up a roundup of some of the weirdest TikTok trends, and I pulled out 3 of trends that came out this year. Well, some of them were dumb, just like, do a handstand. Oh, cool, great. That was a great trend.
Oh, yeah.
Cool.
Do a handstand.
Do a handstand. Oh, do your best hair flip. Cool.
Yeah.
But I prefer ones more like this. Putting ice cubes in your vaginas challenge. Claiming that it helped with depression, anxiety, and made your vagina tighter.
Oh.
So, ladies,
Depression and anxiety.
because you won't be worrying about your other shit when you've got frozen vag.
Get rid of your anxiety and depression by doing something fucking weird.
Make yourself into a Findus crispy pancake.
When you're feeling sad and a little bit mad, stick an ice cube up your vag.
Oh, thanks.
And I don't know if you guys remember this one, but it was also the men, to not be excluded, was the craze of dipping your balls in soy sauce to see it, and apparently you could taste it. Apparently, if you dip your balls at next challenge, if you dip your balls in soy sauce, you can taste it in your mouth. I don't think that's true.
Sorry.
Is it because am I looking directly into your eyes dressed as a pumpkin?
Because then my brain just then went, well, if you've got to taste it in your mouth, that means someone's got to put their balls in.
I was going to say, literally, that's what I'm thinking. I was going to say,
Someone's got to teabag some soy
probably
balls.
underneath being teabagged at the same time. Oh, I can taste it. I can taste the soy and pubes.
And the last one is using nail files to shave your teeth to make them more.
No.
The challenge.
No.
So Matt, what we got coming up this week?
Anything to do with teeth. I can't. There's one particular picture that I've seen of a nail clipper.
And the ice cream.
Anyway, on this,
I might have to beat this bit out.
Yeah. The next bit on the podcast, we do have Count Factula. Oh no, he's being shy today.
He's scared.
It's spooky season.
He's like
Scared of our faces.
It's a bit like Santa. He must be like Santa at Christmas.
Yeah.
He's been so busy, he's just tired.
I'm spooky boy. Yeah, all right, we're coming to you. Spooky.
Do you reckon he gets bored at this time of year, do you think?
No,
This is Santa. Like saying Santa gets bored.
So yeah, we've got Count Factula. We've got
so controversial.
What have you got, Joe?
Normally every week, if you're new to this podcast or if you're an old time friend of the podcast,
Timey friend.
We usually play a little game that we've made up. But this time, I
Didn't bother. So we're doing nothing for
because
5 minutes.
fuck you. No, I've done a story, a choose your own adventure, which is called Crowboys Haunted House.
I'm really excited for this.
Adventure.
Yeah.
Amazing.
And then, of course, we've got shit news.
Shit
news.
Yeah, shit.
And then we've got Blank O Mattic. So next up is Count Factula.
There used to be a place where every boy and girl could find their perfect toy. Toys in a million, all under one roof. But then, one day, it closed.
Can we, Mom?
She's got a kid with his throat cut.
We need a doctor. Look at his face.
2 people are dead already on account of that guy.
This place gives me the jitters.
Whatever you have here is unholy and must be destroyed.
I've got facts for you. You've got facts for me. Well, here comes Count Factula to drain you with his facts.
I am Count Factula.
This is the third time Joe's had to do Count Factula. We've done it 2 times that was shit, and then the intro fucked up. And we're here. We're here. Thanks for turning up, Count Factula.
Oh, thank you.
Now I'm gonna take over Count Factula, you shit. Right, this is Count Factula, where each and every one of us sitting at this sofa and chair have researched a fact probably within the last 20 minutes to tell to each other to blow each other's minds. So who would Spooky like to go first?
Oh, you're giving us the choice.
I fancy giving the choice because I am one Frankie boy today.
I'll go first.
Oh, Joe.
Because I've got a spooky one. I've got a Halloween one.
Think about that.
Obviously, the art of pumpkin carving is well known. And in the Americans call it a jack-o'-lantern, don't they? Mm-hmm. But would it surprise you to know the origins aren't American?
What?
They're much closer to home.
What?
Sidcup.
Sidcup. They originate in Sidcup. In Sydenham. It's Irish. So, people have been making jack-o'-lanterns for Halloween for centuries. The practice originated from an Irish myth about a man called Stingy Jack. Stingy Jack. Good old Stingy Jack.
Sorry, Stingy Jack.
According to the story, Stingy Jack invited the devil to have a drink with him. True to his name, Stingy Jack didn't want to pay for his drink.
Stingy bastard. With the devil.
We all know someone like Stingy Jack. Didn't want to pay for his drink, so he convinced the devil to turn himself into a coin that Jack could use to buy their drinks. Once the devil did so, Jack decided to keep the money and put it into his pocket next to a silver cross, which prevented the devil from changing back to his original form. He should have been called Sneaky Jack. Jack eventually freed the devil under the condition that he would not bother Jack for 1 year, and that should Jack die, he would not claim his soul. Next year, Jack again tried to trick the devil into climbing into a tree to pick up a piece of fruit. While he was up in the tree, Jack carved the sign of the cross into the tree so the devil couldn't come down, until the devil promised Jack he wouldn't bother him for 10 more years. Soon after Jack died. The legend goes God would not allow such an unsavory figure into heaven. The devil, upset by the trick Jack had played on him and keeping his word not to claim his soul, would not allow Jack into hell. He sent Jack off into the dark night with only a burning coal to light his way. Jack put the coal into a carved out turnip. And you can tell your little tertiary turnip fact after this, which had been roaming and has been roaming the earth ever since. The Irish began to refer to this ghostly figure as Jack of the Lantern or Jack-o'-lantern.
Interesting.
That's a really cool fact.
I like that.
That's cool.
Yeah, I only knew about the turnip because if you Google what these original turnips used to look like holy fuck, they're terrifying.
Well, it wasn't until America was like set up as a proper colony.
Yeah.
Remember your place. of the British Isles, that they found the pumpkin over there, or the squash or whatever, and they were like, this probably is a bit better than a turnip.
If you could replace it with anything else, a pumpkin instead of what other thing
Turnip.
would you like to use instead of a
Instead of a pumpkin.
Yeah, pumpkin or instead of a pumpkin or a turnip.
Top of a baby's skull, because it's already got a hole in it.
Just the top of the skull.
I mean,
because it's got the hole in it, isn't
I
it?
was just thinking of a cucumber, but
top of a baby's skull.
I mean, the baby would already be dead. I wouldn't just
I love that.
for
You're
no.
gonna be
Oh, it's not alive still.
Humane.
I haven't taken the top of its skull.
oh, thank God!
I haven't killed the baby. Let's not
did you
go
not?
there.
Oh no!
Sorry.
Is it a
You just went
donation?
down to top of the baby skulls.
You've already accused me of shooting my salt over the local children.
No, you said you do that. We didn't accuse you.
Joe, is there something you want to admit
Let's
to
not
us
go down that route.
on this
But
podcast?
I just want to quickly put it out there though, like that whole story. Doesn't it make like Stingy Jack and the Devil sound like a bit like a Wile E. Coyote Roadrunner sort of element?
I want to know.
Yeah, the devil's thick as shit.
I want to know, number one, where's the film?
Yeah.
And number two, how comes the devil goes down to Georgia? We had that stupid song with the fiddle
Devil
guy.
goes
Where's
down
Stingy
to
Jack?
Devil gets fucked over a lot.
Yeah, he's a bit of a klutz.
Devil, if you're listening to this, I
love
love
you.
your aesthetic, but you dumb as hell.
So, who's next? As we're doing free
Fancy.
I'll go
choice.
next.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. So, have you ever heard of the shark arm case?
No.
I have not, man.
So are we talking like a case, like suitcase,
Like,
or like a court case?
Like a court case.
Okay, no.
So, we're going on the lines of murder here.
Murder.
It's a Halloween murder mystery.
That's been a murder.
Yes, we're going on Halloween murder mystery. So basically, in Australia, let me start this game.
Upside down, lad.
Let's go to Upside Down, lad. The shark arm case refers to a series of incidents that began in Sydney, Australia on 25th of April 1935 when a human arm was regurgitated by a captive 3.5 metre tiger shark, subsequently leading to a murder investigation.
Okay.
So-
Would they have not assumed the shark had murdered him?
Wow.
Well,
Wow. I love that.
The tiger shark had been caught 1.9 miles from the beach suburb.
So before you go on, you have got the Poirot moustache down, so...
Oh,
this could
yeah,
be for
exactly.
you,
Yeah. So they found this tiger shark in mid-April and transferred it to an aquarium when it was put on public display for people to enjoy the shark. Within a week, it became ill and vomited in front of a small crowd, leaving the left hand and forearm of a man bearing a distinctive tattoo floating in the pool.
oh.
Before it was captured, the tiger shark had devoured a smaller shark. It was the smaller shark that had originally swallowed the human arm.
Oh, God, is that like the woman who swallowed a fly?
It's like
Yeah.
sharks.
So the smaller shark swallowed a... No. So...
In a small
What
shark.
are they called? The Russian dolls? The Russian
yeah.
shark? I can't remember what
Babushka.
they're
So
called.
basically, what happened was this shark, this arm floated up to the top, and they were like, "That's a bit weird." So that shouldn't
Sharks
have
don't have arms.
yet. So they did an analysis of it, like to find out who it was, but then they realised that it wasn't necessarily bitten off; it was sawed off.
Oh,
Dum,
shit.
dum, dum. My
Yeah.
God, sharks can use sauce.
They use
It
their
was a
arms.
swordfish.
Hey!
Ba-da-ba-ba-da-ba. See you later, everyone.
Thanks for watching. Enjoy yourself.
So it was identified as a former boxer and small-time criminal James Smith, and he'd been missing for a little while.
I wonder why.
And I mean, there's a whole long story about this. So I'm going to give you a very kind of short version, and it's worth checking out. Called the Shark Arm Case. So basically, this guy James Smith, he had gone missing, and he was a dodgy guy, and he was also working with another guy called. There's two other guys called Brady and Holmes.
Holmes.
So Holmes
is great as a great name.
stay with me a minute, right?
Brady and Holmes.
So
Brady
Holmes was Smith's and Brady's like employer, and they were mainly criminal employer.
Yeah.
Right? They were racketeering together.
Great benefits.
And
Private healthcare.
so they were all doing fraud, mainly like insurance fraud. And Holmes owned his own boating business.
Yeah.
And
they did loan sharks as well.
Hey! Wow, the puns are strong today.
God.
Anyway.
And so basically the police went to Brady's house and was like, because there was an eyewitness, and Brady was like, no, I didn't do what? But previously, Brady had brought this arm round to Holmes's house. Oh no, you looking at
I didn't do nothing.
Oh, anyway, but fuck's sake, it ended up right that he fuck off. he wasn't charged for murder. Brady. Holmes tried to kill himself because Brady threatened to
I've lost
kill him.
the thread of this story.
All right.
So, was he murdered?
He wasn't charged for murder. So Brady wasn't charged for murder.
What, because he's armed?
Because they couldn't find the rest of the body, and they went, well, his rest of his body could still be alive.
No.
I like that.
Well, yeah, but
But then he was later charged for like fraud stuff.
I love it. So, not happy
So,
ending.
at the end, fair dues.
Yeah.
Ben Dinkum.
Yeah. So that is my.
So he basically just tried to fob off the arm by chucking it in a shark's pen, hoping the shark would eat it, and then didn't really think about the fact that he made a perfect cut.
Yeah, pretty much.
Well, I think he assumed the shark would digest it before being eaten by another shark.
True,
and it would go to a public aquarium.
Yeah, true. Good point on that one.
Oh, so I mean,
Sharky armies.
More research needed. Go home and research the shark arm case.
Yeah, well, there's a lot to unravel from this. So.
Matt's going to do a 4-part documentary.
Yeah, and
on Netflix.
to try and get it all out. In a few minutes
YouTube
of a
video.
podcast was quite tricky. Oh, Dave, what's your fucking fact then?
No, I'm not going to bother. No, well, my fact relates to just being spooky and being scared.
You're going to say, my fact...
hasn't done a Halloween.
My fact is about eating sharks.
I was going to say, my fact is about this shark in Australia, right?
And it ate an arm. My fact is basically that there's been for years that the theory of human, the only way we communicate is obviously vocally and obviously through like facial expressions and stuff like that. So mainly like visual and audio is our two main points of communicating. But especially related to Halloween time, and obviously during Halloween we all like to watch scary films. And like you were going to go to Florida to experience the scare mazes, where obviously the idea of that is to be scared. And at most rides, in theory, you're meant to be scared of it. Yeah. So it turns out that we can actually humans can smell fear, and it's contagious.
Like dogs?
Like dogs, yeah. So they always believed it was an animal instinct. One thing that animals kind of had over us was that they could smell things and stuff like that. But it turns out we can smell fear and disgust. They did a test where they got a load of men to
Every
watch.
time you guys walk in.
I get a onion smell.
I feel really disgusted all of a sudden.
Smell of fear and disgust.
But basically, they did a test where they had a load of men watch different things. Either like they were watching the film Jackass for the disgust points, probably like where Steve-O's throwing up, so people feel a bit sick, or a horror film. I can't remember what horror film they watched, but basically they did this, and then they took sweat particles from men's armpits, and then strangely, they then used all the sweat particles and put women. And it doesn't really say, I mean, I've tried to look into it more. It just basically says that women are more acceptable to the smell and how it affects them, apparently, from men. Maybe it's stronger from men as like an old instinct of caveman pheromones and stuff like that. But where the women were put in a room and they would watch anything, like any old shit or something that's going on TV, they would then release the smells of the men that had fear. And they'd notice that their fear, they would show like fear in their faces. And if they released the smell of when where they were watching Jackass and it was disgust, their faces would scrunch up and be like, oh, that's...
I think I mainly smell fear. I can feel fear.
Yeah.
When Loose Women comes on.
I understand.
I can literally smell it right now.
Fucking dog shit.
Oh, Loose Women. Brings fear to my very core.
It's fear and disgust.
Disgust everything in one.
Do you remember the first time you watched Loose Women and how angry you were that the title was so misleading?
Right.
This wasn't the porn I ordered.
Right? Oh, no.
No, I don't have a soapbox.
Not about Loose Women.
You put your pee-pee in, you think it's going to be good, but it's not. It's just sagging around.
We go on hot dog down a hallway.
Sagging around.
Yeah, we can all smell fear and disgust. And it's contagious. You can pass it on to people. If like I had fear right now and didn't tell any of you guys about it, eventually, apparently, if you'd smelt my fear coming out of my body,
we'd all start stinking up the
being
place.
Scared as well.
Why does this literally smell of a fart?
Yeah.
I imagine it's some kind of survival caveman instinct.
Yeah, it must be, yeah. Just pass it on to each
Mr.
other.
Frankengene.
Okay, well, I feel like I've let the team down because I feel like I'm the only one that hasn't done a Spookem fact. But
that's so
something that I don't know why, but I have a feeling that Joe might know this because Joe knows everything. But do you know what the shortest recorded war in history is? How long it took? How long it lasted?
It's not. Is it? It's not the Emu War, is it?
No.
The Emu War. I don't think that was very short.
Is it Time Wars?
No.
Was it
Star Wars?
Was it that one where one
Short
country
Wars.
accidentally...
I'm not asking what war it is. I'm asking how long do you think it lasted?
3 minutes.
A day.
Okay.
There was one where one country accidentally invaded another because they crossed the border with their army, didn't tell them.
It's not that, but okay.
They 5 minutes.
No, that's too short. 38 minutes. So, yeah, the shortest recorded war is 38 minutes, and it was between the British and Zanzibar.
Would be the fucking British,
What,
wouldn't it?
yeah, British Empire. To be
we love a
honest,
good
in the
war.
late 1800s, and it was the British and the Germans had a sort of treaty. Keep in mind that I've not fully researched this, but I've got an idea. They wanted... Yeah, that's it, yeah. There was a particular sultan in power in Zanzibar, and the British essentially had a deal that would make it, keep things like the economy going well in Zanzibar and keep trade and all that kind of stuff. And the Sultan's nephew, when the Sultan died, decided to just take over. He was like, no, I'm the Sultan now. The British did not like that, so they sent the Royal Navy over and literally bombarded the palace and destroyed it and killed 500 people in 38 minutes.
Wow.
Oh, cute.
Yeah. So the
So it was more of an attack than a war, really.
Yeah,
more
but
it was.
they declared war by doing what they did, essentially.
Gotcha.
But yeah, they bombarded it with pretty much the Royal Navy just bombarded the palace, and the palace was pretty much made of wood and stuff like that. It did not last that long at all, and the Sultan's nephew did manage to escape, but many people died. And he actually ended up eventually. I can't remember. Said a few years down the line, ended up being. I think he wanted. Anyway, I can't. I've not researched it. We'll leave it there.
Yeah. Well, in fact, because of your negligence of looking at a fact, I'm going to give us a holus bolus fact.
Give us a holus bolus fact.
It's a holus bonus fact. So this is from the wonderful Scott Donaldson. And he said, Michael Lotito, aka Monsieur Mange Tout, was a French entertainer who suffered from a psychological condition called pica, which is characterized by need to eat items with no nutritional value. Lotito's performance involved the consumption of metal, glass, rubber, and other materials. He disassembled, cut up, and consumed items such as bicycles, shopping trolleys, televisions, and amongst 150 other items. And a Cessna. What's a Cessna? I don't know what Cessna is.
I have no idea.
The Cessna 150 took roughly 2 years to be eaten from 1978.
It's an airplane, yeah.
Oh, is it?
I think so.
Oh, okay. Cessna 150 took. Yeah, must be. Yeah, sure. Why not? Weirdly enough, soft foods like hard-boiled eggs and bananas made him feel sick. It is estimated that between 1959 and 1997, Lotito had eaten nearly 9 tons of metal.
Yeah. That's...
Oh, yeah, it is a Cessna. Yeah, Cessna
It's a small
touring
plane. Yeah.
So in 2 years, in
he was hungry because why not?
2 years, he'd eaten a whole plane.
Fucking hell.
Why?
I can't have a bowl of milk without shitting myself.
Why are you having bowls of milk?
There we go.
Can't wait for that later.
He's
Have you never come home from a hot day and wanted a refreshing bowl of milk?
He's not a cat.
He's one of those weird types that puts the cereal in afterwards.
Yeah. I sprinkle. Joe, why don't you put it in a glass, mate? It'll be a lot easier. No.
Bowl. I drink it, then sprinkle the cereal into my mouth.
Okay, so what is your forbidden snacks? Is there anything you particularly look at and think, oh yeah, I could eat that? I like loft insulation.
The foamy stuff.
Yeah.
No, it was interesting you said about that habit because there was an American TV show that had people's weird eating habits, and there was someone that used to eat bits of drywall chippings.
Oh yeah. There was a woman who ate a sofa and stuff, wasn't there?
Yeah.
I remember that.
So it's very much around today.
Yeah, but yeah, what forbidden foods?
I don't know what looks really tasty, but it would.
It doesn't look tasty, but it's the smell. I've always something just flew past my face. It's always the smell of petrol. And
I
want
to drink that.
Yeah,
smells good.
Yeah,
petrol.
Well, what about
gas.
I like the mini baby frogs.
They do look delicious, and they would be a nice little crunch, wouldn't they?
Yeah, like.
Maybe.
No, you just give us a look.
I can't even.
Why are you looking at us like we're weird?
Just like, nah.
Don't know what else. Toes.
Toes! Oh, toes! Get your toes! Oh, yeah! Find your toes! At the toes! We talking about some toes! They're toes! They're just like some toes! Oh, toes! Toes! Taz! Toes! Toes! We sell toes, motherfucker!
Well,
got something a little different for you guys today.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
So
this is our Halloween one.
Yeah. So before we do, oh god, fuck off.
That's a good start.
Just go away.
Do it on your own.
So normally we do a little game at this point, as pointed out earlier. But I had a very long drive from the bottom of England to Stoke for work. And I thought I'd write us a little game, a little adventure. So do you guys remember those choose your own adventures stories?
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
So I've written Crowboys Haunted House. I mean, it's not a very big haunted house.
Okay.
It's there's only a few rooms.
How many rooms?
There's 6 rooms.
1 bar.
There's 6 rooms.
There's 2 up, 2 down. You know,
More than the haunted house that me and
3
Matt.
bedroom, 1 bar.
So, yeah, it's not Joe's.
it's not. I was going to go.
Crowboys Haunted Mansion.
I was going to go for mansion. I thought I'm gonna make it a house.
Yeah.
But anyway,
It's a bungalow.
Yeah.
There's no stairs.
Crowboys Haunted
so
Bungalow.
I'm gonna need you to get in your best puzzle solving mood though, because
Okay.
I've written some puzzles and riddles, and and really they were only the most famous ones I could think of in the card. So they might be ones you might know the answer to already.
All right.
Okay.
But there is one I invented myself, and I hope you get to that room.
Oh, it's going to be shit.
It's gonna be shit. So, bred from the flair of the dramatic and my love of Stephen King, I present to you Crowboys Haunted House.
I'm excited.
So, okay, picture a scene, if you will. You're driving down a country road on the way to see your sick aunt.
Oh.
You said you'd pick her up some of her favourite jam and a copy of Nuts, because she likes the articles.
A copy of Nuts. As in
that outdated magazine.
the magazine
she likes
from like 2008.
Because she likes the articles. The day's last light being squeezed from the sky, pouring its orange afterglow low beyond the hills in front of you. You notice the rain starts to spill on your car window, each droplet tracing its delicate lines down your windscreen and disappearing into the secret never regions of your car, where only mechanics and dark elves know. Suddenly, a spluttering noise starts to emit from your engine and you lose all forward momentum. Frustrated and miles away from home, you stare at your car in hopes that the advice your father gave you when you were younger would come flooding back to you. But you weren't paying attention, were you? The dazzling lights of the television were much more of interest to you back then. You have to abandon your car and seek help. Whilst you were mulling this problem over, the sky is now blackened and the rain starts to lash down. The icy spines drilling into your back.
Oh, rain noises.
You need shelter. Shielding your face from the rain, you search around for any light source and spot there's a large house up ahead. Looks like some of the lights are on. So you approach it. In a semi-trot, as to not look desperate.
A semi-trot.
Semi-trot.
You knock on the door. Out of the corner of your eye, you spot some jetpack feathers gently falling to the floor.
Some what?
Jetpack feathers.
It's easy for you to say.
Jetpack feathers. I was like, what?
Jetpack feathers.
An awesome jetpack.
And the door slowly swings open. You consider if stepping inside would be presumptuous, but now the howling one pushes you in like an unfriendly invisible hand at your back.
Ooh.
You step inside to see if the occupants can help, your soggy clothes dripping onto the faded welcome mat.
What?
This is very well written, Joe.
I was going to say it sounds strangely erotic.
You look,
as well.
you look down and try and read the words,
Mr.
massacred
Grey
by
Eyes.
years of feet scraped across its surface. You think you can make out the words no home. Maybe no place like home? What does it matter? Your story starts here. So, there'll be choices ahead.
I'm
guys.
invested.
I am as well.
You walk in and the door closes behind you. Despite the rain and wind outside, there's still an unnerving stillness in the air. Before you lies a grand staircase with hand-carved ivory banisters, and you note the delicate trace of spiderwebs between each of the spokes catching in the dim light of the house. You stop to marvel on how beautiful the macabre can sometimes be.
How cute and
To your left, you see a door ajar and a warm fire crackling and spilling its orange dancing light into the hallway on the other side. Thirdly, to your right, you see another closed door, but this door strikes you as odd and stands out clearly from the house's Victorian decor. Underneath the dust, you notice the door is painted an interesting mix of yellow and black in alternating stripy lines. And there are shrieks of an unknown sticky substance on the door. Despite the years of grime, the sticky patches look fresh, almost inviting. So, are you going up the stairs, left or right?
Right.
I knew you'd go right.
Oh, yeah.
You're going for the sticky door?
I like sticky doors.
Should we go for the sticky door?
Can you tell I had 4 hours to kill?
Do you want us all to go together, or do you
Well,
want
we
us to
had
be
them.
separate?
I go together, but if one of you dies, you can't talk anymore. No, I'm joking. No, I'll give you 3 lives because there is chances you may
I'm
die.
going to go upstairs.
Well, no, you got to make a decision as a group.
Oh, okay, all right.
Oh, we got to discuss while talking to mics.
Who doesn't love a sticky door?
I mean, a sticky door
Yeah,
gets my
let's go
attention.
for the sticky door.
We're going sticky door.
Oh, we've gone for the sticky door. This is the bee room. It's full of bees.
I told you. I love bees.
The fact that it had yellow and black wallpaper.
Do you run back through the door you came in, or grab the queen bee and throw it against the wall?
Well,
I'm saying we should run.
Yeah, I think if we kill the queen bee, we'll get attacked.
I think,
by the
yeah, and I
bees,
think if
so-
we immediately run into a room, we'll see bees and go, "Fuck that!
Yeah.
I'm out."
Are you using
so we
logic
can
in
go,
Crowboys Haunted House?
I feel like we should.
That's true. Let's
really
grab the queen bee.
I wanna
the queen
grab
bee.
the queen bee.
Throw it against
Let's
the wall.
grab
You've grabbed the queen bee.
Yeah.
The bees descend on you as you've attempted to murder their queen. You're completely covered in head to foot from bees as they devour you whole. You are
in
now the
bees.
queen bee,
Oh,
and you must
sick.
live along the bee folk forever. Your adventure is over. That's the end. The other 2,000 words I've read are useless.
Delete it all.
The end.
There you go.
Next section
All
of the
right.
podcast.
All right, next on shit news.
I'll give you 3 lives.
All right,
because
so-
there are 3 of you. So
Right, let's go upstairs. We're going to go upstairs.
okay, right.
We
We ran back through the sticky door.
ignore the B room, and we're going to go upstairs.
We're going to go up A.
okay, you're gonna go up A. Oh Christ! Right, got to find my upstairs section. As you head up the stairs, you're greeted by a hallway lit only with a flickering bulb illuminating the disturbing sponginess of the walls. You want to reach out and touch its fetid surface, but you think better of it and decide to continue with your journey. There are 3 possible ways forward. There's a door directly in front of you, another to your left at the end of the hallway, and one directly to your right. You will also notice a window, the pane opaque with years of dust and cobwebs. The only thing you can see through it is the distant yellow ghost of your car's blinking headlights in the road. You pause to consider when the cleaners had last come to visit. The frame of this window looks like it could be pried open with force, but your bare hands probably won't cut it. Which way would you like to go? So you got left down the hall, forward or right?
I say left.
Left? Yeah, all right.
Yeah, all right, let's do left.
Yeah.
Left. You try the doorknob in both directions, but the door does not budge. A stalwart guardian against the mysteries that lie behind it. You notice there is a keyhole just below its ornate brass knob. Can't go through that door yet.
Okay.
Back to the middle. So you got forward, right, or back downstairs?
Let's go right again.
Right again.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm glad you picked right.
No, I am.
Fucking hell.
Where are you taking us, Joe? Where are you taking us?
Saints Club.
Oh, so I've confused myself because I made left and right the other way around.
The
Right.
B room.
You're in the B room. You notice there is no door in the door frame for this room, and it looks dark beyond. You take one step in the room and fall into the darkness, expecting hard purchase beneath your feet, instead finding nothing but air. Before you have time to react to your aching legs and back from hitting the floor, the room floods with light. From your new vantage point splayed across the floor, you can see the door frame you fell through. It's now 6 feet above you. Ignore the rules of physics in this house.
Okay.
It's now 6 feet above you, no visible way to get back up. Just as you're coming to terms with this strange set of events, a high-pitched laugh comes from behind you. You lift yourself up on wobbly legs. Noticing the floor you're now on is very similar pattern to something you've seen before. In front of you on the other side of the room stands a strange creature. Standing about 4 foot tall, you observe a vaguely humanoid being with disturbingly smooth pink skin and bulging eyes. Reminds you a bit of a pint-sized Mr. Blobby, but scarier. On the wall behind him, writ large in blood-red letters, the word is, his name is Esrever. E-S-R-E-V-E-R. Tell him to die. You now remember the pattern on the floor. It's a bloody massive chessboard. And Esrever is 6 spaces ahead of you. Do you move, speak to him, or use an item on your possession? Now, I'm going to remind you, you don't have anything on your possession.
Right, what would you say on the wall again? Sorry.
It says Esrever, so E-S-R-E-V-E-R.
Oh.
Do you speak to him or move?
So,
Which is reverse.
That's an
anagram, isn't it? Yeah.
No, it's the word reverse,
reverse.
backwards.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm the dyslexic one. Oh,
And then it says, tell him to die.
so you
So
say tell him to die
live.
in reverse.
Or tell him to live.
Tell him to live.
What are you going to say to
Tell
him?
him to die.
Right, if it says reverse,
No.
Eid.
die.
Is that what you're going to say to him?
Eid odd.
Die to him tell.
Eid odd. Got to say it in reverse?
No, I think
Have you got to tell him to die in reverse?
die,
I can't tell you the answers to Crowboys Haunted House.
So die to him tell, or no? I think it should be tell him to live.
Yeah, maybe tell him to live. Because you can't. That's not a sentence, is it?
Doesn't say anything, just says tell him to die.
But also it
It
says
tells
about a
him to
massive
die.
Tell him to
chessboard as
die.
well.
And then it says reverse.
But it
Reverse.
says about the massive chessboard as well.
Well,
isn't
so we can talk to him or move.
Or move, yeah. You can only move left or right. Your back's against the wall.
And can we say anything we want to him? Or
You can say anything you want.
All right. Hello.
Are you saying hello to him?
I'm saying hello to him.
Esrever moves 1 step forward. He's now 5 spaces away from you.
Oh. Oh, shit. Turned
I
on.
feel like I'm in that game Nightmare.
I can't see
Can we try tell him to live?
We tell him to live.
4 paces.
Esrever moves forward. He's now 4 paces away from you.
We've got to tell him to
right.
reverse. Say reverse backwards. What was it again?
No, that's his name.
That's his name.
Say his name forward. Say his name.
Say reverse.
As Rover steps one step forward, he's 3 steps away from you.
No.
he's
Bastard.
Checkmate.
punch him in the dick.
We punch him in the dick.
You punch him in the dick?
Yeah.
Punch him in the dick.
As Rover steps 1 step forward, he's now 2 steps away from you.
He's 2 steps forward.
Wait, hold on,
and 2 steps back.
hold on.
Right,
Let's think
okay.
about this.
So his name is reversed.
Suspense.
His name is reversed backwards. We're in a room where we're on a chessboard.
The wall says tell him to die.
The wall says tell him to die.
This was a checkmate.
Tell him to die.
All right, tell him to die.
Die. You're saying die.
We tell him to die.
As Rover takes 1 step forward, he's now 1 step away from you.
Checkmate.
No, because he's not. He hasn't. We're not checkmating it.
Yeah, but that means that he's dead. He's finished. I don't know. We're on a chessboard.
You're 1 step away. He's 1 step away from you.
We're on a chessboard. I don't know what else.
He might give us a hug when he gets on top of us.
You might do.
I can't. The thing is,
Or a
like,
kiss.
the chessboard must be something
Okay,
to
then
do
tell him
with
to
it.
say
Well, why don't
Yeah,
we?
but we might
No.
die.
Let's not say anything to him. Let's just move out of the way of him. Can we move?
You can move in any direction you want.
How many paces can we move in direction? I'm going to move 6 paces out the fucking way.
Is that what you're going to do?
That's what I'm going to do.
As Rover also moves 6 paces,
Out the
he
fucking
grabs you from both sides with his arms. You can feel his skin, hot and clammy,
Oh yeah.
grip vice-like.
Tell me more.
He starts to make a sucking sound, his mouth latching onto your chest. Suddenly, your skin feels tight. You try and wriggle free, but it's no use. You experience a sound like wet tissue paper ripping as your limp corpse falls to the floor, skinless. Your blood staining the bright white tile. You've now been defeated by Crowboys Haunted House. That's 2 lives you've lost.
Shit.
I'm gonna set you back in.
I feel like this should be longer.
You know,
I
we've
feel
lost
like
a
we
life
should
in
go.
every room.
Can we have one more go? Can I try?
Yeah, you got another life. You got another life.
How did we die? Like, what was it?
Do you want to know how you
Yeah.
defeat? You just say die backwards. Dave had it in like the first go.
I said it.
You just said eed. You say eed.
Fuck you guys.
I made that one up, and Dave figured it out. So
Right,
okay, so if you said
Okay,
that,
so we're going to go straight forward at the top of the stairs then.
well, no, I'll let you finish this one off. So as Raven screams and folds in himself, crumpling to the floor like an old party balloon. You notice on the wall behind him a set of stairs leading up to a ledge that goes back to the door. On the way, you notice one of the pipes is loose on the wall. Maybe you could use that on the windowsill.
Oh.
Do you take the pipe?
Yes.
Taking the pipe. So you're back in the hallway.
So what happens if he said no?
Nothing really.
Ain't got no
You
pipe.
can't get through the window.
You've got the window,
Yeah.
Or the door.
the door in front of you, or the door downstairs with the orange flickering light coming from the crack.
Should we go back downstairs? Because we can't
Ooh.
get into the other one, can we? So
You're gonna go back downstairs.
I feel like the window's going to be the last thing because it's
Well,
outside again.
Should we not try it while we're there with the pole?
Yeah.
While we're there.
Yeah.
We've just got the pole.
All right, yeah, okay, yeah, go on then.
Okay, so you're gonna try the pole on the window.
Yeah.
Okay. You prise
Be a
open.
red herring.
You prise open the window using the pipe, the rotted window frame giving way easily under the applied force. You leap down to your freedom,
You're killed by shattered glass.
completely misjudging the distance. You hear a dry snap as both your legs and right arm break cleanly. You're still alive, but in tremendous pain and unable to move. You realise you're face down in a small ditch, slowly filling with rainwater. You lay and await your demise, contemplating all decisions that led you here. You've been defeated by Crowboys.
I told you.
I'll let you carry
Can we
on.
have more lives? Can we
Yeah, I'll let you go. I'll let you go on. So you've got the orange room.
go to the orange room?
Yeah. this is
Okay.
good.
You're probably not going to get this one either. So you enter the room. Warm air and orange light both flood your face. Oh God, I've written that terribly. You notice there's lots of Polaroid pictures adorn the wall. Underneath a large ornate sign denoting them to each be members of the Picklewick Picnic Club. There's something oddly comforting about this room. It reminds you of being back home in front of a roaring fireplace with dearest mother. Those halcyon days long past give you the feeling you could reach out with your fingertips and grab the memories. You're so wrapped up in this vision of your youth, you don't notice the strange man in the tall-backed armchair. A sallow-faced gentleman with small, beady, sunken eyes. A strange set of clothing, for he's only wearing a tall top hat, a pair of riding crops, and an adult-sized bib.
Oh.
The bib is tattered and looks like it used to have yellow ducks on it, and it's smeared what you take to be grease, but in the flickering light, it's hard to tell. His whole head swivels to face you, much like that of an owl. And he says in a raspy, childlike voice,
Do it. Do it.
I am Mr. Pipplewick. I have the most amazing stick. It makes the children laugh and sing. Listen close to just one thing. I have a riddle for you to solve. At the end, you'll find resolve. They try to beat me, they try in vain. And when I win, I end the pain. What am I? So I'll read that in a normal voice. They tried to beat me. They try in vain. And when I win, I end the pain. What am I?
How many chances do you get? One,
You get 3.
3 chances.
I didn't write how many chances Mr. Pimplewick gives you.
They try to beat me, they try in vain.
When I win, I end the pain.
See, when I think beat, I think of like an egg. You know, when I beat, do you know what I mean?
Beat, yeah, it's got to be a different form of beat, not like beating up.
They try to beat me, they try in vain, and when I win, I end the pain. Now, riddles are hard.
Death.
Yeah.
Death?
Death. I don't know. You know what I mean?
They try to
Like,
beat me, they try in
people
vain,
try
and when
beat
I
you,
win,
yeah.
I end the pain.
Yeah, death.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's a good answer.
So you going with death?
yeah.
Yeah.
Mr. Pimplewick claps his small stumpy hands together. He's clearly pleased you solved his riddle. He jumps twice into the air, then leaps into the fire, exploding. Dizzying and radiant display. Every time you blink to clear your vision, you can see the ghost of Mr. Pimplewick's dazzling end. Looks like you won't be joining his picnic club today.
Can I,
You shake your head a few times to regain your vision. Notice now in the vacated chair, something catches the light. A small shiny golden key. You snatch it up and wonder if it will have any use. There's nothing else of this room that's any interest, so you must move on.
Well, there's only one room left to go.
There's 2. There's one at the top of the stairs,
oh, yeah.
and there's one to the left.
Oh, we're gonna go. We got to go to the.
Do you want to go with the one with the key?
Yeah, we got it, haven't we?
Okay.
How many magic mushrooms did you take while you
This is how bored.
No, hats off to you, mate.
It's fucking excellent.
This is
It
good, this
really
is
is.
great.
It's very good.
Oh Christ!
I mean, I don't know what this is like from other listeners listening to this, but I'm having a lot of fun.
Well written. It's very well written.
I'll try and get this online for you all to play at
You
home.
should. It's really good.
So, you've used the key on the door, yeah?
Yeah.
As you walk in the room, the door swings shut behind you and you hear a bolt slide across. From the other side of the door, you hear a muffled laugh and the scampering away of something that definitely had more than 2 feet. You now realise you're in the pitch black. You instinctively flail your hands against the walls and feel a small metal switch. You decide to roll the metaphorical dice and flick it. A sickly yellow light not so much floods the room as seeps in from its dank corners. You breathe a sigh of relief to see you're mercifully alone in the room, but agreed with the sight of 3 wooden doors,
Oh, not good.
each with the word exit on. Bizarre, as you remember that you're on the first floor. But really, what other choice do you have? As you search around the room for more context in this bizarre situation, you notice something written on each of the doors. As you move to inspect each one individually, you notice that they're not in fact written, but rather scratched into the wood's rough surface. The blood and bits of hangnail suggest they were scored by hand. Ouch. On the first door, you see the word acid. On the second, lions. And on the third, axe. All of these choices seem incredibly unappealing to you.
So did you say axe?
Like A-X-E, yeah.
That's what I thought you said.
All of these choices seem incredibly unappealing to you. You think back to Linda from Work's Leaving Do, when the choices of sandwich were tofu, cress, or something that looked a bit like chicken, but you suspect heavily it wasn't. You pry one of the doors open to see if you can peek what's behind. All you see is a steel slide leading down to blackness. There's no way back, only forward. What do you choose? Acid, axe, or lions? Sorry, acid, lions, or axe?
Acid
yeah.
lions.
Well, acid can stay forever.
Sounds like a fun party.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you can't necessarily have lions in a.
pit.
Wait, sorry, did you say
Who could be feeding
lions
them?
or lions?
Lions.
Who's feeding them?
Lions.
The acid
Right, okay,
people
sorry, I
on
thought you
acid.
said lions.
The people taking acid.
So lions. So
are feeding
acid lions or axe.
You don't know how my mind works.
acid, lions, or axes.
Because if it's, I'm just saying, if it's lion, like,
I'm going to go down the axes.
why?
How do axes attack you? If
Yeah, but
it's
they could all be
It's axe.
but they could all be they could be all lined up, pointing upwards when you get to the bottom of the slide.
true.
But I'm just saying, with a lion, it's you can't keep a lion alive.
Yeah, but we don't. It's a haunted house, so it could be.
They could be Crowboy ghost lions.
I mean, let's be
House
honest.
of lions.
All 3 options. I mean, it
Fucking
could
weird.
be citric acid. We could just fall into fucking orange juice.
Oh, that's good thinking.
Oh.
It could be Axe body spray at the bottom.
What if it's? I mean, he said axe.
He said axe.
So it could be
single.
just one axe.
Yeah,
one
he did
axe.
say
one
axe.
axe.
One axe.
One axe. in
All
the
right,
room.
all right.
What we-
Fine.
Come to a
Three
group.
of
Come
us.
to a group decision.
All right,
Right.
I'm voting axe.
Oh, Ash is taking this really seriously.
It's really good.
Ash doesn't want to lose.
I
Ash, you look a bit sick.
I will let you know. I'll let you two decide. I'll go.
Ooh.
Okay, I'm gonna go for acid.
You want to go acid?
So you've got to do the tiebreaker here, unless you say fucking lion.
I didn't know they were fucking lions, but
Wait, in fact, this is where we all. This is where all three of us.
Okay, yeah. Actually,
separate.
if you pick lions, I can give you all your fates.
Oh,
Okay.
And then
so
we can have one winner between us.
Acid, lions.
Yeah, okay,
Unfortunately, all start with the same sentence, so
Yeah,
bear with me on that.
you've
So
lost.
I'll start with axe. You step nervously into the still vent and plunge yourself into darkness. For the briefest moment, remembering what it was like to race down slides in sun-drenched parks, rushing towards the faces and outstretched arms of your beaming parents. Until you're rudely cleaved in twain by a giant swinging axe. The two sides of your body in a grim race to the other end of the room, arms still twitching as if coming to terms with their separation from their brethren. You've been defeated by Crowboys Haunted House.
So just me and Ash are alive now.
Bollocks.
Acid. You step nervously into the still vent and plunge yourself into darkness. For the briefest moment, remembering what it's like to race down the slides into sun-drenched parks, rushing towards the faces of your outstretched arms and your beaming parents. Till you're rudely dumped into a pool of acid and dissolve like the squishy bag of offal that you are. Your bones rise up to the surface like some awful soup. You've been defeated by Crowboys Haunted
I
House.
don't feel like we're going to go into a pool of lion bars.
You step nervously into the still vent and plunge yourself into darkness. For the
Lion
briefest
soup.
moment, remembering what it's like to race down the sun-drenched parks and rush towards the faces and
Syrup,
outstretched
isn't
arms
it?
of your beaming parents.
It's lions.
You
spelled
fall
out
arse
lion.
first into a dusty room. Your eyes adjust to the glumness. You notice a couple of large feline-shaped skeletons.
Oh,
Looking like no one's fed the
alright?
cats lately. You let out a relieved gasp, feeling your trousers to make sure you haven't soiled yourself by accident. Brushing yourself off, you stride towards the door at the end of the room, grasping the handle with shaking hands. You thrust yourself into the other side. The rain has stopped now, and you relish the way the cool night air hits your face. You decide to wait out the night in your car instead. As you rush back to your vehicle, you notice a crow sitting atop the roof. His beady eye shining in the moonlight, a small bright spark in the night that disappears, only to reappear a second later. Did he just wink at you? With that, the crow opens its wings and flies off into the night in the direction of the house. You open your car and sit down in silence. You've survived Crowboys Haunted House.
Well done. I mean, I'm really
Bravo.
pissed off that I said I reckon it's. I've said that it's lion skeletons, and Ash got the fucking win.
Yeah. Tell you what though, like, can we find out what was behind that other door we didn't go in? Because
mate,
honestly, Joe, you've outdone yourself.
To be
That was
fair,
fucking incredible.
to be fair, there was nothing behind that other door. It
Jeez.
was the bathroom. It was the cheap one. It was, what did I put?
Did it lead to a death, or was it just
No. You find out where all the spiders in the house are, though.
where they don't keep the
Honestly,
conkers.
mate, that was
mate, well done.
fantastic.
Incredible.
Well
That was
done.
and it's really well written as well.
Yeah.
We'll release that out for the Sinner Society. That's Crowboys Haunted House.
Well done.
Thank you.
Honestly, I deserve one more.
Thank you.
Surviving.
So next up, we have shit news.
Shit news.
Broken car and no way out. Try not to scream and never shout. No one can leave Crowboys Haunted House. Rooms of mystery that await. Solve the puzzles, take the bait. No one can leave Crowboys Haunted House. Watch your step, escape the traps. Watch the spiders and the rats. No one can leave Crowboys Haunted House. It's pretty spooky and quite weird. Made by a man with a ginger beard. No one can leave Crowboys Haunted House.
This is the latest dispatch just received in our news.
Zin Podcast, bringing you the latest news from around the world with Victor Garsley, Crowboy, Frank and Gene, and Mr. Graves. This is Shit News. Yeah, sir, it's shit news.
Welcome.
What I fucking look like. I'm like, looking at all of us, like, we are in our 30s and yeah. So,
We're in spooky makeup. Hi, welcome to Shit News. With your hot, steamy journalists, Long Socks, Teabag, Funky Gibbon, and Hot Lips.
Funky Gibbon.
Who's Hot Lips? Is that right? Oh, you're
I'm
Hot
Hot Lips. You're Long Socks.
Who's Funky Gibbon?
Ash.
Oh, who am I?
Teabag.
I'm Teabag.
Oh, good old Teabag.
I'm your host, Hot Lips. And we're here to bring you all the hottest, sexiest news from across the planet, because you've been lied to by the papers and all that stuff that I normally say. Lamestream media.
Mainstream media.
Shut up, Funky Gibbon. So, are you guys ready for some hot goss?
Yes.
Yeah, go.
Melanie Sykes snogs her gondolier in bombshell pictures after a stranger romances her on a Venice holiday.
Okay.
Katie Price and boyfriend Carl spotted looking at rings and get matching his and her tattoos.
Oh, it makes you mad!
Denise Welch announces she's joining Hollyoaks as Maxine Miniver's mum Trish.
Bastard!
And I think one of the hottest scoops of the year, Philip Schofield smokes a cigarette during a night out.
I mean,
Well,
I
if
think
that's
he
what he
needs
wants
to
to
look
do.
after his health.
Yeah. But I want to focus on Poundland
Oh,
and what's cracking in Poundland.
pounds.
Keeping my spooky theme this episode.
Yeah.
A paranormal investigator spoken of his horror at Ouija boards being sold at Poundland for Halloween. So Paul Masters, member of the True Paranormal Events UK,
True. What a name.
said he was gobsmacked that such an item was on the shelves, claiming they can release deadly demons if not handled by the right trained mediums.
Deadly demons.
So not the right trained mediums. What about large and small?
Dave sounded like he started frothing at the mouth then. I mean,
He said Ouija boards are not a toy and should not be available for kids to buy in pound shops for Halloween.
that's bullshit.
Mind adults that are not trained how to use them. It does not matter if they're plastic or wood. If the planchette spells the word Zeus, it is a demon trying to come through, and you should not even say the name. Never mind, continue to communicate with it. I didn't realise Zeus was such a hot ghost.
Well, to put it into perspective,
thought he was a
sorry
god.
to interrupt, Matt. I just want to say they were selling Ouija boards in Toys R Us a few years ago in the States, pink Ouija boards. So to say it's not a
well, they were
toy-
invented by the. I mean, I'm not going to go into all this.
But I'd say,
That's a
wasn't
Count
they-
Factula. for
Yeah,
another
but I
time.
know. But wasn't they invented to connect with your inner self?
They were invented as a fun game for kids by the Parker brothers
Yeah.
Yeah.
in like the 50s or something.
It was,
Yeah.
yeah.
It
And
was-
also, you've still got exactly the same amount of letters and numbers on a normal keyboard.
It was all.
That's how you normally communicate with the ghost.
I mean, a Ouija board.
Omegle.
A Ouija board works on unconscious bias, so it starts to move because you want it to move as a collective group, and you have. But anyway,
I mean, if we did it would end up spinning things like poop
well, it spells Zeus apparently, because that's a real life demon.
or soup.
Zeus. Wait, Zeus.
Yeah, so it says if the word Zeus comes out, you should not say it because that's an actual demon.
What about Zool?
All hell could break loose if the demon attached itself to anyone and follow them around. Nasty spirits can scratch and attack people, and they should not be messed with, and people get seriously
That's
hurt.
what they're going to do then. Too much concern, is it?
You can actually only buy them if you're over 18 in Poundland. What? But he did not see an age limit on the product. Members of the paranormal community have said the boards destroy people's lives, and have even claimed that more sinister ones can lead to suicides. We won't touch. Paul said.
Oh, good old Paul.
Paul Masters, master of the Ouija board.
Good name.
We won't even touch Ouija boards. We only have mediums to do that who are trained, and it's just too dangerous. When you use glasswork, communicate with the spirits in that way. Everyone in the paranormal field is angered. The risks of untrained people using Ouija boards is unimaginable.
Sorry, go on.
No, I'm saying I can imagine a ghost coming into my flat, seeing all my Ghostbuster stuff, and going, "Fuck this,
Just 180.
I'm out, bro."
Again.
Bruh, I'm out."
Bruh.
I will say,
I'm a head out.
I'll finish this off with, on Halloween night, the veil into the spirit world is very thin, and people are buying these Ouija boards just for Halloween. So I dread to think what happens when these boards are in the wrong hands.
The thing is, I find it's something I really find fascinating. It's just how strongly people feel about Ouija boards.
Well, despite that, Poundland has sold out of them.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Is that it's such a
visceral
taboo,
reaction.
You know, like I remember, like my parents, like never use a Ouija board. Like, never, even though they both used one themselves.
Same.
They're like, never ever.
It's because they were
used
like
one.
really popular in like the 70s and 80s and stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, it's all bullshit, isn't it? Sorry if you really believe in that.
I've never
but
used one personally. But
Ouija boards are, despite your views on spirits and whatever, they're a toy
of course.
for children.
Yeah.
Well, they're just marketing. It's just another thing to be sold.
Hollywood movies, like everything else, made them scary.
I
for
mean, I
everyone.
don't mean to be funny, but why do you need a wooden board of numbers and letters when you can just talk to them in your head?
Yeah, they always
Like
answer
Ash
back
does.
to me.
Yeah, mate, I talk to spirits all the time. I mean,
I can't kill them now.
So,
Later.
oh, I'm getting some news from Long Socks.
Oh, that's
Long
me.
Socks.
Hello, it's me, Long Socks here. My news is coming from the UK. Fucking socks. Fuck me. Long Socks here.
We know we've got to the Blank O Mattic yet.
Long Socks here.
What is this fucking episode?
It's the beginning of the end, really, isn't it? Really. My one is about a man who farted in an Uber and ended up in.
you're on a joke.
Almost all over his mouth. A man.
I don't do that when I'm having a drink.
Oh, sorry. Wait.
Yeah, I'm putting a lid on this. Yeah, go on.
A man farted in an Uber and ended up in court.
What's that, Dave?
A man who broke wind in the back of an Uber. and then attacked the driver has been handed a 6-month jail term. He farted in the back of an Uber.
They really led with the soft bit there, didn't they?
Yeah.
Quite literally.
So he attacked the driver.
What's it called? Burying the lead.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Burying the fart. Suspended for 18 months. James Mallet, 35, let one go.
I feel like this man had a thesaurus open who wrote this article.
When Alexander was driving him to Chase's nightclub in Bristol. Good old Bristol. When he was ordered to leave the car, Mallet attacked the driver, who then knocked down Mallet in self-defense.
Sorry, did you say Mallet?
Yeah, that's the name of the driver.
Mallet.
Timmy Mallet.
Oh, sorry, that's the name of the attacker.
Mallet.
Timmy Mallet.
That is so good. Like, I'm going to attack someone. My name is Mallet.
Timmy Mallet's really gone downhill.
Did Mallet attack him with a mallet?
No,
his
he
big
did not.
mallet-like
Just
fist.
let him finish the bloody story.
But basically, the driver then pinned him down in self-defense and held on to him till the police turned up. The police then arrested him. It all went to court. The court summons was basically said that the guy originally farted in the back of his Uber, which caused the constipation. Then. Caused the constipation. There was no constipation.
It was a cause for consternation.
They then fighted, and then the driver pinned him to the floor and stopped him.
Farted on his face.
Farted on his face. And went, there you go, where's one for you? He went,
that's fucking brilliant.
That's an amazing
I do feel
it's another story that's been
they buried the lead on that one.
Yeah, definitely.
Teabag. I've got Teabag live on the scene.
Hello, I'm here on the scene. Teabag here. Why am I fucking Teabag? Like, you guys have got cool names.
Long Socks. Oh yeah. Hey, where's
Long
that cool
Sock.
guy? Long Socks. Funky Gibbon.
Come on, Teabag. What's your news?
Don't get jealous of Long Socks over here.
Fine. Unique.
What's your name?
Hot lips.
Oh, Hot Lips. Hot Lips. That's bad.
Fuck's sake.
Long Socks.
Who do I hang out with?
Don't know.
Unique 1000.
Oh no, it's gone. Are we gonna have to switch? Right, I'm gonna have to switch to Hot Lips.
I'm fine.
No, that's me.
No, I got it.
Breathe, you're going purple. Just breathe.
Unique 1,000-year-old Irish Viking house is preserved under a Lidl. Locals can now do their supermarket shopping with a difference while viewing an archaeological find underneath the floor of Lidl's Ungia Street branch.
That's fucking excellent.
Yeah, experts were allowed to excavate an 11th century home after it was discovered, and in the interest of the public, the find was integrated into the store's design.
That's pretty
so
cool.
shoppers
That is
can
actually
take
amazing.
peek via glass panels. The post Viking era dwelling is a unique structure for Dublin. Says archaeological site director Paul Duffy. We don't know of anything quite like this in the city.
Well, of course.
Yeah. The space was believed to have been used as an additional area for a family. It's a domestic structure, so you have to imagine that there would have been a suburb here, and then some words he said. I can't pronounce. Who were effectively the ancestors of Vikings. So
That's really cool.
That is actually amazing.
Yeah, this Viking archaeological dig is right in the middle of a Lidl, literally.
That is-
Do you reckon they planned it that way when they built the house originally? They're like, in a couple of thousand years, there'll be a fucking Lidl here, and it will be really convenient.
Lidl's really going to take off.
We'll just have to roll out of bed and get the fucking eggs.
So yeah, that's it. It's in Dublin as well, which is quite cool.
Great.
We'll go to Lidl's.
And that is my.
Oh, back to the studio. Oh, I'm joining the studio with Funky Gibbon with a fresh take on the news.
Thanks, Hot Lips. Funky Gibbons here.
Are we on the news or are we watching some sort of like porno?
Hot news.
Hey, girls.
No, okay, I'm not going to do that. The whole one. Right, so Alpaca pitch invader disrupts Colton Athletic football match. Alpaca pitch invader disrupts Colton Athletic football match. A football match was disrupted by an unusual pitch invader when an alpaca bounded onto the field.
Oh, yeah.
Colton Athletics' tie against Ilkley Town in West Yorkshire on Saturday was halted for 15 minutes when Oscar escaped from a nearby farm and joined the action. Attempts were made to entice it off the pitch with food before a farmer managed to shepherd it home.
Hey. After
a bizarre delay, Ilkley went on to secure a 2-0 away win.
And the alpaca was up front. Was he shirts or skins?
Besides playing the West Yorkshire League, in the league for having alpacas nearby, etc. After 35 minutes, it escaped, came through the entrance and proceeded to get on the pitch. The referee stopped the game.
Gave him a red card.
People didn't want to go near it in case it kicked. The farmer was then called and eventually he was tempted back in the field.
The shit out of it.
And killed it.
It's the funny thing is, I remember reading, this is a different article to what I picked up before, but they said, what's it called? Apparently the players complained that they were cold because it was taking so long for the alpaca to get off the pitch. So they were like, we're cold. We don't know if we're going to be able to carry on playing. Oh. And then...
So they shake.
But it also
says,
on top of that, apparently that's not the first animal to disrupt a match. Apparently they said they've had chickens randomly appear on the field as well.
How does an alpaca get on a football pitch?
I have no idea.
It's a local football pitch.
But
He's not
a
stadium.
But the thing is, that
he's not running the Emirates.
The alpaca only took 15 minutes to get signed up to Real Madrid. So it's all well done.
That does remind me, just a quick one. I visited, as I mentioned, when I wrote my spooky story, I went up to Stoke. I went to a place called Ashbourne, which is a small village kind of around Derby, Stoke.
It's where I was born.
That's Spawn.
Fucking hell.
All right, I'm done.
Right.
Quit.
Yeah,
fuck off.
See you later.
You love it.
Dave's got it. I encourage you all to look this up on YouTube, right? Because obviously I was taking down. I work for a large. I work for a large retailer, and they were talking about the fact they're closed for 2 extra days a year. And I was like, why? And they do something called Shrovetide football. Shrovetide football, which is they board up the whole villages. Everyone boards up their doors and windows and stuff. 5,000 people play. What? They probably can't do this anymore, but half of them are at the top of the town, half of them at the bottom. A wax football gets thrown up in there in the middle, and 5,000 people basically like mosh.
Oh,
mosh!
And there's a small goal at either end, and you've either got to get it uptown or downtown. And that's the game. And they just play that for like half a day, and then everyone goes out for a pint.
Sorry, did you say a wax football?
Like a wax-covered football, yeah.
Wax-covered.
So it slips out of people's hands and stuff.
Oh, okay. Because that's the kind of thing that you do. That would make football so
extra bonus fact from Count Factula.
Yeah. Look it up on YouTube.
All right, Count Factula. Thank you.
Yeah, fuck off, mate.
How are we going to round off this absolute mess of a show?
Blank O Mattic. Let's go.
Let's go. Let's do it. This is how we do it.
Blank O Mattic, it's chromatic, it's dramatic. Blank O Mattic, it's Blank O Mattic.
Okay, you silly Billy Weenies, it's that time for Blank O Mattic. I'd like to apologise for the weirdness of this episode. We've all got a bit silly since
I refuse to apologise.
Yeah, get fucked.
So, it's Spookem season. We're feeling creepy. We're feeling
crawly.
We're feeling dooky and
kooky.
spooky.
And ignore the last episode where we also did a Halloween one.
Yeah, but that's because it was the 1st of October.
Yeah, stupid.
This is October month.
Spooktober.
Spooktober.
Yeah, go on.
Okay,
So, what's a Blank O Mattic for those uninitiated?
Blank O Mattic is when we find a random generator, story generator, something generator online. We put in random information and it generates a thing at the end of it that is quite funny. So this week, it's trick or treason.
Trick or treason.
Trick or treason season. Trick or treason season.
Guy Fawkes, trick or treason.
This is where you abandon your country.
Trick or treason.
Trick or treason.
Just like that.
It's trick or treat season. So we've got 7 things to do before you trick or treat.
Oh.
We need to make sure we're prepared to trick or treat. Okay?
I am not prepared, but let's do it.
You will be after this.
Yeah.
Okay.
You'll learn.
We need an adjective.
Scary.
Scary.
Watery.
Watery. Watery.
Or wet. Wet.
Tepid.
Wetted. Wet. Yeah.
Just wet.
Wet.
Part of a body.
Pinky.
Pinky.
Ooh, pinky. I like that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, okay.
Little dinky pinky.
All right, little dinky pinky.
That's my rap name.
Hey, I'm Little Dinky Pinky.
Little Dinky.
I thought you was little
Little
tugboat.
Dinky Pinky.
Oh, I am little tugboat. Yeah, that's my steamboat. That's my
I'm
steamboat.
Little Dinky
Hot Lips.
Pinky.
Or
DJ Hot Lips and
DJ Hot Lips.
MC Hot
Little Dinky Pinky.
Yeah,
dinky pinky.
I'm Teabag.
DJ Teabag.
Verb. Verb base form.
Oh, Mo.
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 What's in like Mo?
Yeah,
Mo.
Mo, your boat.
Okay.
Mo, your boat. Why is the boat sinking?
I put a lot of holes in it.
That's why it's sinking.
Food.
Jackfruit.
Jackfruit.
Crispy bits.
Crispy bits.
Jackfruit crispy bits.
Jackfruit crispy.
Yeah.
Jackfruit crisplins.
Crisplins with jackfruit.
Jackfruit crispy bits.
Context: we had jackfruit for dinner.
It was delightful.
We all wanted pork, but Dave's a fucking vegan.
So get fucked.
Adjective.
Flappy.
Oh yeah.
Ooh, yeah.
Nice with
We need another food.
tiramisu.
Jackfruit soft bits.
We don't want jackfruit.
Beef spray
Beef spray.
from JML.
The new spray from JML. Beef spray.
What about
Did your nan's food smell like
Yeah, I'll spray on beef.
Spray on beef.
Spray that beef onto your dish.
Well, that's an advert written.
spray on?
There you go.
There you go, Ash. Spray on beef.
Spray on beef.
Which is going to be really confusing because you would have heard it. If he does
By
make
JML.
it will be before this.
By JML.
Noun.
Cat dog.
Backyard wigwam.
Backyard wigwam. As opposed to a
Front yard wigwam.
I'm just gonna write wigwam.
Oh shit!
What does wigwam mean?
It's like a
It's
tent.
like a tent, like the.
Yeah.
Does the word not have like a meaning? I thought it was like
You know, right?
It's a native
American. You know when it's
Like
you know when things get like really scary.
Yeah.
And you're caught between a wigwam and a TV. You're caught between a wigwam and a teepee.
Oh yeah.
It's two tents. Noun
See, it
plural.
doesn't even make sense as a sentence. But Matt loves
Noun
saying that
plural.
Packet.
Packets of
Packets of Nando flavour crisps.
one. Packets of pebbles.
Packets of pebbles.
Packets of Nando's flavoured crisps. Is it use Willem to be back in existence
I
after they
like
disappeared?
packets of pills. Noun.
Civil War lost leg.
A frosty lost leg.
Frosty lost leg.
What was it? What was it?
the shark eye.
Tony the Tiger's expired Frosties.
What about leg and a shark and a shark?
Leg in a shark.
Shark on case.
Shark on a leg.
I do quite like Civil War lost arm. Civil War lost arm.
For trick or treating, you know.
Oh, trick or treat. That's right.
For trick or treating.
7 things to do before you trick or treat. Is it?
Yeah, 7 things to do before
Civil
you
War lost
trick-or-treat.
arm.
Okay. Civil War. lost
Adjective.
Baked.
Battered.
Battered.
Battered, yeah.
Lightly
go
battered.
Yeah, go battered.
Lightly
Battered. And another adjective ending in ER.
Slippy.
Ending in ER.
Yeah.
Splatter?
Crunchier?
Crunchier, maybe. No, that's not bad. Crunchier.
Fluster?
Fluster? No, that's not a
Fluster. No.
That's a verb.
No, it isn't.
Pungenter.
What?
Well, that's definitely not a word. Just smellier.
Smellier.
All right.
Yeah, smellier.
Keep it base.
Can't go wrong
Okay,
with
2 nouns.
Eye crust.
Oh, well, after this we have to do 2 nouns plural.
Elephant trunk.
Philip the Winter Gnome. Writing that whole story's got my mind in weird places.
Philip the Winter Gnome.
Noun.
Oh, not another noun.
Gary's elephant trunk. Gary's elephant trunk.
Pete the Purple Pumpkin. Oh, you got one.
Gary's elephant trunk. Right, we need 2 nouns plural.
No.
2 nouns that are both plural.
2 separate entries.
Oh, 2 separate entries.
A seal's clapping hands.
Laser toes.
Cereal toes.
Cereal toes.
Yeah.
What? Crunchy nut.
Oh yeah,
Crunchy nut
toe flakes.
Crunchy nut cereal toes.
Crunchy nut cereal toes.
Crunchy nut toe flakes.
Crunchy nut toe.
Crunchy nut toe flakes.
Crunchy nut toe flakes is good.
Crunchy nut toe flakes and one more.
Syrian toothpaste.
Dora's
Syrian toothpaste.
Dora's baking soda.
Dead Nan biscuits.
Dead Nan biscuits. Yeah. We always go for now.
Dora the Explorer's watch.
Dead Dora's. It's plural.
Dead Dora's naps.
Dora the Explorer's.
Dead Nan's sweetie jar.
Thigh high stockings.
Dead
a set of teeth files.
No. The fact that there's a set.
Right, I've already written Dead Nan, so it's Dead Nan something.
Satsumas.
Dead Nan's Death Frisbees.
Do what?
Dead
Frisbees.
Dead Nan's Ultimate Frisbee. Oh no, it's plural. Ultimate Frisbees.
Dead Nan's Frisbee collection.
Dead Nan's Jugs.
Dead Nan's
Jugs. Dead Nan's tits.
Dead Nan's juggling juggalos.
Dead Nan's juggalos.
Dead Nan's dildo collection.
Yeah.
Dead Nan's dildos.
Dead Nan's dildos.
Dead Nan, that's like Dead Man's chest. Dead Nan's dildos.
You
got there in the end.
We need an adjective ending in ER.
Crumblier.
Creepier.
Crumblier. Right. What did you say? Creepier?
Oh, creepy. I said creepier, yeah, but creepy.
Creepy.
Yeah, go with creepy.
Right, we need 3 more adjectives.
Swish. Velvety.
Velvety.
Flexible.
Flexible.
That's good.
And velvety.
Flexi velvety.
And
bumpily.
Bumpers.
Nice.
Rubbered.
Nice.
Nobbles.
Nobbled.
What about liquefied?
Ooh.
I do like liquefied.
Yeah.
Ooh, sexy.
I do like
Blended.
liquefied.
Right, we need 3 clothing items, separate entries.
Socks.
Electric jazz knickers.
We had jazz something last time.
What about
electric hip hop knickers.
Electric metal knickers.
electric
deathcore knickers.
Electric hip hop knickers.
about Gwyneth Paltrow's pussy candle gloves?
Gwyneth what? Sorry?
Gwyneth Paltrow's pussy candle gloves.
Pussy candle gloves.
The smallest trumpet in the hands of an orphan.
It's not a clothing item.
How the fuck do you think of this stuff?
Oh, that's not a clothing item, is it? That could be a noun for
Clothing item. Bob Hoskins.
What about Bob Hoskins' backpack?
Jeremy Beadle's gloves.
Jeremy Beadle's small.
What about?
We've already had Jeremy Beadle's, but we can always have Jeremy Beadle's mismatched gloves.
Mismatched gloves.
What about
mismatched mittens?
What about
Can we have Bob Hoskins' backpack?
What about charity shop Heelys?
What?
Charity shop Heelys. You know the shoes that had the wheels in?
Charity shops are just full of Heelys now.
Well, because no one wears them anymore.
Along with those aliens that you rub their backs together.
That is good.
Yeah, it's good. Yeah.
Right, we need 2 adjectives, separate entries.
Raggedy.
Crappy.
All right.
Raggedy.
Raggedy
Fucking crappy. Just a bit crap.
and crappy. Noun plural.
A small trumpet in the hands of an orphan.
This is plural.
Small trumpets in the hand of an orphan.
Some groups of orphans.
What about
Oh, my
A blind man's lamp.
my shriveled.
Plural.
Bambi's
Lamps.
mum's antlers?
Blind man's light bulb collection.
Oh.
What did you say?
I said Bambi's mum's antlers.
Oh.
Yeah, we'll put it in.
Okay.
Bambino's, no.
Bambino's mum's antlers.
Bambi's mum's antlers.
Bambino.
Bambino's mum's antlers.
Another adjective.
Oh God.
Glossier.
Glossier.
Oh, just glossy, actually.
Glossy.
Just glossy.
Glossy.
Yeah.
Okay. Noun plural.
Pocahontas. Real Pocahontas hair. Good luck spelling that.
Real Pocahontas hair.
Pocahontas hair.
Science gone too far.
Another adjective.
Croaky.
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 All right, another noun. A noun plural. What's
wrong with me?
What about
The family jewels.
Elon Musk's electric mobile?
Patrick Swayze's
Ghoulish
vape collection.
turnips. Ghoulish turnips.
Ghoulish.
Ah, yeah.
Ghoulish turnips.
Okay, we need noun.
Oh, Christ.
Patrick Swayze's.
Don't look at me.
Lizard.
One
Friendly lizard.
One legless lizard.
Baking soda.
friendly lizard. Friendly lizard wink.
Friendly frisky lizard.
I just write friendly lizard.
Oh. Good.
Brackets. See how
Friendly
he
I'm
smiles.
going to write a friendly lizard.
A friendly lizard.
Hey.
Noun plural.
Oh, Christ.
Backstreet Boys box.
Mint poppets.
What?
Mint poppets.
Some cellos playing a happy cello song.
Do you remember
I quite like Backstreet Boys box set. Backstreet
Is that
But it'd be box sets.
Boys.
What about Backstreet Boys?
Backstreet Boys boxing
action
gloves.
figures. Action figures.
Backstreet Boys Boyzone collection.
But a boiled Backstreet Boys
What about Backstreet Boys
boxer
action
briefs.
figures? Or Backstreet Boys.
Backstreet Boys collection of boys.
Backstreet Boys decorative knobs.
I've written Backstreet Boys action figures. Clothing item.
Tartar knee pad.
A really nice jumper your nan made.
Long socks.
Long socks.
Long
Long
socks.
socks. Yeah, okay, yeah.
Long socks with bits of thread hanging out the top. That you have to
Long socks named Dave.
An adjective.
Classy.
Electrical.
Electric.
Biblical.
Biblical.
I like-
Biblical.
I actually like biblical, yeah.
Noun.
The shattered dreams of my career
Bandit.
in music.
A bandit.
Bandit.
abandon.
A creamy
A
bandit.
bandit named Barry.
Recipe.
A recipe.
A recipe.
A half torn
A
out
recipe for.
A recipe for
flange cake.
All right. A recipe for flange cake. We're nearly there. Adjective.
Smoky.
Flustered.
I like smoky.
Yeah.
Smoke on my butthole.
Wah, wah. Wah, wah, wah.
Verb base form.
Slide.
Solidify.
Solidify. Is that
Is that
supposed to solidify?
Burn.
Nutted. Oh, no, it's basically nut.
To nut.
To nut.
I have nut.
I have nut.
I have nut.
Strike.
Yep.
Yep, yep.
I've written
Stroke.
I accidentally wrote stroke.
I mean, just as good.
Right, 2 nouns, plural. Different entries.
The crystal skulls of our ancient forefathers.
Crystal skull.
I just wrote
The
Crystal Maze.
The crystal maze.
What was the name of the
the
ball?
crystal skulls.
It,
And another noun, plural.
What about Teletubby pancakes?
Tell me pancakes. Some tokens that I got from the fair, and I left them in my drawer thinking they might be worth.
Funfair
Funfair tokens.
tokens, yeah.
You know, because you take them
the drawer part.
You take them home and you put them in the drawer, thinking that you might use them again, but you never will.
Right, we're nearly there. Adjective. Observant.
Snobservant. Yeah.
Or nice. Just nice.
Nice.
Just nice.
We have a nice lizard.
Yeah.
He's
Noun.
extra nice.
Nice.
Noun.
The smooth head of a baby.
The wrinkled head of a granddad.
I looked at Dave's smooth head.
Granddad's wrinkle head.
Granddad's wrinkles.
Granddad's
wrinkles and Nana's crinkles.
Granddad's wrinkly eyes.
Granddad's wrinkly eyes.
Ooh. How I like to put my fingers in the folds.
One food.
Peanut butter.
Pepperami pigtails.
Pepperami.
Pedo.
Oh, I've written peppermint. Oh, we got peppermint.
Peppermint pedos. Why are we always going to pedos? Peppermint.
Peppered pig's severed head.
Peppermint. I don't know. Peppermint.
Peppermint
vagina.
Peppermint buttered toast.
Oh.
Peppermint vagina.
It's not.
That's not food.
Peppermint.
It is.
Peppermint penis.
What about
peppermint pistachio?
Peppermint Tic Tacs.
Peppermint Tic Tacs.
Well, that's not a huge department.
Tic-Tacs,
from
if
I
you're
just said
listening to
peanut
this.
butter.
I know. Adjective. We need 2 adjectives, different entries. That's it. That's all we need.
Soapy.
Oh, yeah.
Sloshy.
Soapy and sloshy.
Soapy and sloshy.
Okay, are we ready?
We're ready.
I take a drink. Everyone take a drink.
As is
customary.
Just tradition.
Everyone take a drink.
As is the ways of our forefathers.
I might drive home like this.
Yeah, do it. Right, everyone.
Get pulled over.
Look very sick.
Halloween's approaching, and we've got 7 things to do before you trick or treat.
What music do we put to this? Ghostbusters theme.
Yep.
Not Ghostbusters.
That's
sorry.
not copyrighted at all.
Instant copyright strike.
No, what's the other one? It's with a G.
Right.
Goosebumps.
Are we ready?
Yeah.
Oh, I love that thing.
Quiet in the room, please. Sorry. 7 things to do before you trick or treat. Number 1. Eat a wet filling dinner. Energize for tonight for a hearty meal that will keep you and the kids going for the evening. Plus, if their little dinky pinky are full while trick-or-treating, they'll be less enticed to mow on the go and gorge on jackfruit crispy bits.
That's true.
Kids these days are eating far too many jackfruit crispy bits.
Listen to this office.
We like these crock-pot ideas that you can prepare during the day and not have to worry about once the evening festivities start. My mum also liked to serve flappy spray on beef by JML cider she'd make on the stovetop. Just heat spray on beef JML juice in a sauce pot with a few cinnamon sticks.
Delicious. Beef and cinnamon.
Number 2. Find a sturdy wigwam. As an expert trick-or-treater, I know full well the disappointment of finding a wigwam in your designated candy wigwam. Or dealing with broken packets of pebbles or torn plastic wigwam while trekking from house to Civil War Lost Arm. Find something for your children to use that will fit all their candy and hold up with a lot of wear and tear. Reusable shopping Civil War Lost Arms are great. The occasional lightweight, but with battered handles for all your candy needs.
Handles.
For smellier children, you can't go wrong with a classic plastic Philip the Winter Gnome bucket.
In all shops.
Available next Wednesday.
And for Halloween experts, an old Gary's elephant trunk is best option. Here's a fun way to dress up.
Yeah.
Okay.
Number 3.
Yes.
Set the ground rules, all right? When you're doing this, set the ground rules.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, of course.
Talk to your kids about ground rules for the night. Discuss which crunchy nut toe flakes and dead nan's dildos you want to go to. And set a time frame for how long you want to be out. For crumblier children who are allowed to go out on their own, establish a curfew.
My children are very crumbly.
The time to set down the expectations for the night is now rather than later, to curb any disappointment and to make sure the kids are in bed at a creepy hour on a school night. Number 4. If it's flexible, bundle up. while some of you are lucky enough to enjoy velvety Halloween nights, many of us are expecting liquefied weather.
Rain.
I mean,
This weather's liquefied.
I mean, I'm going to use that phrase all the time now.
It's so liquefied today.
Layer electric hip hop knickers, Jeremy Beadle's mismatched mittens, or charity shop Heelys under costumes to keep kids raggedy without ruining the effect.
I mean, that will keep them raggedy.
Why is this mitten smaller than the other one?
Have scarves and umbrellas on hand just in case things get a bit crappy for your trick-or-treaters.
We've got scarves and umbrellas.
We got mittens, but one's bigger than the other.
Oh, Mum.
Oh, Mum. Number 5. Remember your Bambi's mum's antlers.
Oh.
And glossy real Pocahontas hair.
Oh, yeah.
Croaky streets are wonderfully spooky, but can be tricky to navigate. Bring along a real Pocahontas hair for the evening's activities and a backup pair of real Pocahontas hair just in case. What?
Double Pocahontas hair.
Bonus, light up ghoulish turnips for kids are also excellent footwear for trick-or-treating, fun and functional.
It's like a jacket
potato shoes. So guys, if you're wearing jacket potato shoes, also wear light up ghoulish turnips.
Swap them out seasonally.
Yeah.
For light up turnips.
Yeah. Number 6, secure costumes and footwear. Do a last minute check before you leave the friendly lizard. Are shoes tied? Costume and Backstreet Boys action figures gathered?
Oh, you left out Aaron.
Use bobby pins on that princess long socks to make sure it's on tight. Pin up or cut any biblical strings.
There's plenty of them everywhere.
Tape shut the cardboard recipe for flange cake, race car, and triple check the shoelaces are smoky.
I'll tell you what, cut the biblical strings is quite profound.
It is. Yeah.
There's nothing worse than having a costume strike apart halfway through the night and having nothing to do about it, or having a devastated child on your hands. Keep some spare crystal skulls and funfair tokens or other nice supplies in your bag for fashion emergencies.
How big is your fucking bag? It's a fucking crystal bag. Crystal skulls.
Put this on and stick these to you.
And number 7, set out a granddad's wrinkly eyes for visitors while you're out. As you're leaving, make sure to leave behind a granddad's wrinkly eye of peppermint Tic Tacs for people who stop by while you're soapy.
Just granddad sitting there, you just filled his eye sockets with Tic Tacs. Stay still for the children.
Stop opening your eyes.
Don't want to have the fun of the night stop just because you're not sloshy.
Hey.
So there we are, guys. That is 7 things to do before you trick or treat.
Did everyone follow that?
No. So
are you well prepared now, you bastards?
This has been a slightly longer, weirder episode of Sin and Chin podcast.
It's at full moon tonight, probably.
Yeah, there's something going on in the air. It's fear and disgust.
Smell the disgust.
And if you watch the video that will be up on YouTube at some point, you can see what we did to our faces.
So thank you very much for listening. Please give us a 5-star review on any format that you listen to. This has been Sin and Gin Podcast. If you have any fact ideas or whatever, please send it to sinandginpodcast@gmail.com. This has been Sin and Gin. Thank you very much. Woo!
I'm a pumpkin.
Well, and then we can discuss my favourite thing to do while no one's listening. Sometimes when I'm alone and naked, I stick so many instruments that I own inside my mouth. And other times, I take them out my mouth and insert them down the end of my penis.
What is he going on about? I've not been listening.
That's for Joe to find out later.
Can't wait.